Hey, what's going on, guys? Just got out of work waiting for my car to warm up here. Some of you might ask what happened to my hand. Well, I got the thing in my pocket, I'll show you. I was taking apart a comp. Well, there's blood that already soaked through. But I was taking apart a compensator, and I was using this thing, which is a flathead bit. You can see it broke. Now, what happened was, there was a slot in the compensator, and I had to use an impact because it's held together with Loctite and torque seal. So it was really a pain in the butt to get out. And I was sitting there and I had the bit in the impact drill and I was pushing down on it, trying to get some pressure on it to open it up. And this part chipped off. And because it chipped, it was uneven pressure and it came up and it bounced up and I was pressing down and it went onto my hand right here and spun around and basically it dug a hole into my hand and ripped my skin out and it looks horrible. I covered it with a paper towel and I just told my boss I hurt myself and I'm going to go clean it up real quick. He said, okay. No one's seen it and I just wrapped it up. Like I put a bandage on it and I put and I said whatever that stuff is, antiseptic spray. And then I wrapped it in gauze. But I mean, it bled through the bandage and the gauze. So I'm going to have my wife look at it and see if she thinks I should go to the doctors or not because I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to that stuff. I deal with pain a lot differently than people. I don't know why. Just like things that hurt people aren't really painful to me. Like this happened a half hour ago. And it doesn't really bother me, but a lot of blood and there's a hole in my hand. I mean, you can imagine this on an impact wrench going into your hand and spinning at a high torque and yeah, it wasn't pretty. But I've been thinking about doing this new segment on my YouTube called Story Time with Storey. And yeah, my last name's Storey. A lot of people make a joke like that. Hey, Storey, tell me a story. Well, I can tell you a story about my brother, but that's another story. Or, growing up, my house had 4 stories. Well, you must have been rich. No, we were actually kind of poor. We ate potatoes all the time. But it was me, my mom, my dad, my brother. And when I was really young, we had a 5-story house because my sister was there too. There's 5 stories in the house. But, I was thinking today, and I never told you guys about my dad. I made a lot of videos, talked about my mom, never talked about my dad. And my dad was a quiet person, and he had a really good heart. And when he spoke from his heart. And it's like everything he said was full of meaning and had purpose. And there's a few things that my dad told me that really stuck with me and really helped me get through life. And I'm going to share these things with you today. The first one, it all happened because when we were younger, my dad got us a motorcycle. It was a little Honda XR70. I think it was a 98. But when I was 4 and my brother was 6, he got it for us. And I remember when he first got it, he brought it in the garage. And he started up and he sat my brother down on it. And he went and stood in front of it. And he was telling my brother where the brake was, where the front brake and back brake was, how to use it, and how to put it in gear. So he told my brother, okay, put it in gear. And now just give it a little bit of gas. So my brother, being 6 years old, gunned it full throttle. And the bike went forward and went into my dad. And, the number plate on the front of the bike hit him in his waist. And it happened so fast, but what I remember is his legs going up. And he's just like ragdolled, and he basically folded in half. Both of his shoes flew off of his feet, and he ended up in the back of the garage. It was crazy. But when he took us riding, we'd go to the trails. And, I didn't really know how to ride a bike. And he taught me how to ride. He was teaching me how to ride a motorcycle. And we were going in the trails, and I was trying to go through. I was 4 years old, put me on a Honda 70. And I kept hitting trees because I was afraid of the trees and I always expected to hit them, so I hit them. And I remember my dad, he told me, he said, you're looking at the trees. And I said, yeah, because I'm afraid to hit them. And he said, where you look is where you're going to go. He said, if you think you're going to hit the tree, don't look at the tree, look down the path, and you'll go down the path. So I tried that. Instead of looking at the trees, being afraid of hitting them, I looked down the path, and that's where I went. Now, it's something, I've taken and I kind of applied to my life. Man, making videos is so hard to do. It's so hard. Right now, I had 2 people call me since I started this video. If I was doing a screen share video, I would have had to restart twice already. But my mom's calling me. I'll call you back, Mom. People got to call me as soon as I get out of work. Go away. There you go. But, you know, I've learned how to apply that thing to life, you know. Where you look is where you're going to go. Sometimes, like, if we start something and think we're going to fail, that's where we're looking. So odds are we're going to fail. But if you go at it with like, an expectation of success, you might succeed. Another thing that my dad taught me that really stuck with me was to always hope for the best but expect the worst. And, you know, applying that to my life, I've been able to take leaps of faith and just, you know, go through my life without being let down, because you're expecting the best, or you're hoping for the best, but you're expecting the worst. People won't let you down when you do that. You know, this is just a simple start, like just story time with Storey. If you guys like this segment, let me know. Thinking about changing my channel up, doing different things. You know, I just help you guys to get to know me better, what kind of person I am, and, you know, my past, just more about me. Just putting it out there on YouTube for some reason. But no, I want to build relationships in the body of Christ. I want to share things with you guys. I want to be more open with you guys. And if you guys like this segment, I'll probably do it once a week. Story time with Storey. Let me know. Love you guys. Peace out. God bless.